California spent $24 billion trying to solve homelessness, not over decades, over just 5 years. The homeless population didn't go down, it went up. Now, federal prosecutors, the FBI, and the IRS are digging through the books asking a simple question: where did the money actually go? The numbers that do not add up. California spent $24 billion over 5 years, from 2018 to 2023, specifically to address homelessness. The result? The homeless population increased from 151,000 people to 181,399. Do the math. $24 billion divided by 181,399 homeless people equals $132,000 per person. As a comparison to show the scale of spending, that amount could have provided each homeless person with $132,000 directly. Instead, many people are still sleeping in tents on sidewalks. In March 2025, U.S. District Judge David O. Carter released a court-ordered audit of Los Angeles homelessness spending. Alvarez and Marsal reviewed $2.3 to $2.4 billion in Los Angeles City spending from June 2020 through June 2024. Their conclusion about Los Angeles programs was impossible to track where the money went. This Los Angeles case study provides the clearest example of what auditors found across California homelessness programs. What did auditors find in Los Angeles? No signed contracts with many vendors. Services were billed but never verified. Contractors invoiced multiple times for the same work. Data systems were fragmented. There was zero accountability. LAHSA, the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, approved payments to contractors before verifying that services were actually provided. The outcomes? Of people who left these programs, 47.8% returned to homelessness. Only 22% achieved permanent housing. Nearly 1/3 left for unknown destinations. Translation: billions spent, people still on the streets. Enter the FBI. In April 2025, U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley announced the formation of the Homelessness Fraud and Corruption Task Force. The task force is charged with investigating alleged misuse of public funds. This is a criminal investigation. The task force includes federal prosecutors from the Major Fraud Section, the Public Corruption and Civil Rights Section, and the Civil Division. They are assisted by the FBI, IRS Criminal Investigation, and the HUD Office of Inspector General. Asaley said that California has spent more than $24 billion over the past 5 years to address homelessness. But officials have been unable to account for all the expenditures and outcomes, and the homeless crisis has only gotten worse. If state and local officials cannot provide proper oversight and accountability, we will do it for them. If we discover any federal laws were violated, we will make arrests. The investigation covers 7 counties: Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, and Ventura. That is 20 million residents and 95,000 homeless people. Los Angeles County alone has over 75,000 homeless residents. Why federal involvement? Because federal money is involved. The federal government sent $100 million in COVID emergency aid to Los Angeles County. The Department of Housing and Urban Development awarded over $200 million last month. When federal tax dollars disappear, the FBI shows up. A state audit in April 2024 revealed California had no current mechanism to judge effectiveness. The California Interagency Council on Homelessness was directed to collect funding data on all state homelessness programs. They completed one review covering data from 2018 through 2021, then discontinued the practice. State officials could not account for expenditures and outcomes. The Los Angeles audit found $2 billion unaccounted for in Los Angeles County programs. The first arrests, following the money. In October 2025, the task force announced its first criminal cases. United States Attorney Asaley was blunt. She said the 2 criminal cases announced are only the tip of the iceberg, and we intend to aggressively pursue all leads and hold anyone who broke any federal laws criminally liable. Let me walk you through the allegations in these cases and what prosecutors claim happened with your tax dollars. Case 1. Cody Holmes and the fake bank records. Cody Holmes, 31, was the chief financial officer at Shangri-La Industries, a Los Angeles affordable housing developer. In October 2022, the California Department of Housing and Community Development paid Shangri-La $25.9 million for a home key project to purchase, construct, and operate homeless housing in Thousand Oaks. According to prosecutors, Holmes allegedly submitted fake bank records showing $160 million supposedly controlled by Shangri-La to prove the company had the capacity to fulfill the project. The bank accounts were fake. Nobody verified anything. Holmes received the $25.9 million. What did he allegedly do with it? Prosecutors allege he used homeless funding to pay $2 million toward American Express cards for purchases at luxury retailers. While homeless people slept on sidewalks, Holmes allegedly shopped at luxury stores with their money. Holmes is charged with mail fraud, and he faces up to 20 years in federal prison if convicted. Case 2. Stephen Taylor and the property flip. Stephen Taylor ran a property flipping business. According to the indictment, from August 2019 to July 2025, Taylor allegedly used fake bank statements to obtain loans and credit lines. He allegedly acquired properties across Los Angeles neighborhoods, including Silver Lake, Los Feliz, Westlake, Del Rey, Pico Union, and Cheviot Hills. Prosecutors say Taylor bought a Cheviot Hills property for $11.2 million using a loan obtained with fake bank statements. He allegedly told the lender he would renovate it for personal use. Court documents say that was a LIE. Taylor had allegedly already contracted to sell the property to a homeless housing developer purchasing it with public funds from the city of Los Angeles and the state of California. The sale price was $27.3 million. He bought it for $11.2 million and flipped it for $27.3 million, a $16.1 million markup on a property meant for homeless housing. Prosecutors allege he hid this double escrow transaction from lenders. This is your tax money allegedly funding a $16 million markup, so a property flipper could profit off homelessness. Taylor is charged with 7 counts of bank fraud, 1 count of aggravated identity theft, and 1 count of money laundering. If convicted, he faces a maximum sentence of 30 years per bank fraud count, plus 10 years for money laundering, plus 2 years for identity theft. FBI agent Akil Davis said that in both of these cases, defendants took advantage of funds allocated to assist the homeless, some of the most vulnerable people in society, and many of whom may be suffering from myriad conditions, including addiction. Tyler Hatcher, special agent in charge of IRS Criminal Investigation in the Los Angeles field office, added that today's actions show our commitment to ensuring the public that we will investigate missing funds that were intended to benefit some of the most vulnerable Californians. The investigations are ongoing. How this happened? Nobody was watching. California handed out billions with insufficient oversight across its programs. In Los Angeles, LAHSA described their system as siloed and fragmented. In the case of Los Angeles, auditors found nobody checked if services were provided. Contractors operated under vague arrangements and haphazard bookkeeping. Invoices were approved based on lump sum totals with little verification. In Los Angeles, LAHSA approved invoices for residential supervision services without defining what that term meant. How do you bill for undefined services? You just do. And LAHSA paid anyway. LAHSA is overseen by both the City of Los Angeles and Los Angeles County. In theory, someone should be watching. In practice, auditors found nobody was. Legitimate providers faced payment delays, while accused fraudsters allegedly got paid immediately because nobody was checking. Monica Rodriguez, a Los Angeles City Council member, called Lhasa a modern-day Titanic. She said that the audit confirms what she has warned about: billions wasted without oversight, accountability, or results. Statewide, 9 state agencies administered over 30 programs. Some did such a poor job tracking outcomes that auditors cannot tell if they worked. Even Newsom's successful home key program, which costs $144,000 per unit versus $380,000 to $570,000 for new construction, could not prevent the alleged fraud. In the Holmes case, prosecutors allege fake bank documents were submitted and approved without proper verification. What this means for you: $24 billion breaks down to over $600 per California resident over 5 years. Federal money means your federal taxes. State grants mean your state taxes. Local programs mean your local taxes. All 3 levels are funded by you. And fraud has now been uncovered in portions of that spending. Victims are 181,399 homeless Californians still living on the streets. Taxpayers were robbed in cases where funds were allegedly misused. Legitimate nonprofits are competing with accused fraudsters for contracts. People who need help are not getting it because some money allegedly went to luxury shopping instead. The task force says this is the tip of the iceberg. More arrests are coming. The investigation continues across 7 counties. Los Angeles County is defunding LAHSA by July 2026. A new county department will take over. But will it be different? This is the same pattern as California's COVID unemployment fraud. Nigerian princes collected benefits. Prison inmates collected benefits. Nobody checked anything. How many more Cody Holmes are out there? How many more Stephen Taylors? The FBI is counting right now. The bottom line. So next time you pass that tent encampment in downtown Los Angeles and wonder why $24 billion did not fix this, you now know fraud has been uncovered in portions of that spending. Part of it allegedly went to a 31-year-old CFO's American Express bill at luxury retailers. Another chunk allegedly went to a property flipper, marking up real estate by $16 million. And those are just the first 2 arrests. FBI says this is the tip of the iceberg. FBI is investigating across 7 counties, reviewing billions in spending, and following allegations of fake bank statements and fraudulent transactions. Your federal, state, and local tax dollars, some handed out with insufficient oversight. Homeless people are still sleeping on sidewalks, while accused fraudsters allegedly shopped at luxury stores with money meant to help them.